Welcome. This webinar is how to register as a sourcing bidder, or step one of our brochure, How to Do Business with the State of California, a 5-step process. My name is Wayne Gross. I'm an outreach liaison with the Department of General Services Outreach Branch. I can be reached at wayne.gross@dgs.ca.gov. First of all, what is a sourcing bidder? A bidder by the state of California is an entity or person registered in Cal eProcure, our portal, that has opted to receive automatic statewide bidding opportunity notifications. I want to tell you right now that you can be registered with Cal eProcure and don't have to get certified as a small business and or disabled veteran business enterprise. Before we start the process, we want to make sure that you are using the most current browser. So for desktop users, make sure you're using Internet Explorer 10 or higher, Chrome 21, Firefox 11, or Safari version 5 or higher must be used. If you're using a mobile device, please make sure you're using Safari iOS 7 or higher, or Chrome on Android 4.1 or higher. Everything starts at our homepage, and the link is www.caliprocure.ca.gov. Again, make this a favorites, bookmark it. On the top right side is a link that says login/register. And underneath the heavy blue login button says register as a sourcing bidder. This is someone who is brand new or who is transitioning from our old system, BidSync. Step one is setting up your company profile. You will either click Federal Employer ID number, a FEIN, or a Social Security number. And you'll notice that you do not put in the dashes on either case. That's on the left-hand side. On the right side, you'll notice that there's a red asterisk. That is a mandatory field. We want to know what your company name is. And lastly, if you have a website, you can post it here as http://URL. Then you click Next. Step two is entering your primary address. Here again, the mandatory red asterisks are there. The country is USA. Address 1 is a mandatory field. Address 2 and 3 complement or define address 1. For example, in my example, I put Suite A for address 2. The next item is your city. And then under that, it has county. It's not mandatory. Highly recommend you do put in the county. You put in your postal. This is your zip code and your state. You'll notice that underneath you have the choice of selecting additional addresses for bill to address, ship to customer, or invoice address. And then you click Next. Because I've clicked bill to address, I'm just showing you that you put in a different address, obviously city, postal, zip code, and state. And you have the option of adding the ship to customer or invoice address. Click Next. Step 3 is establishing a user account. And this is where you're going to add information. As you see, I've put in for primary contact mandatory fields, first name, last name, email address, telephone, mobile number, and a requested user ID. What am I going to use? So everyone that you add to this account has to have their own separate user ID. And as you can see, I've got myself as the primary person on this account. Step 4 is managing your bidder notifications. Yes, you want to receive CSCR, that is our California State Contracts Register. You want to receive bids. Who do you want those emails to go to? You can set up several email accounts. As far as bidding opportunities, you're going to search by a keyword. In my case, I've put the word fence. I hit search, and I get a list of 8-digit United Nations specialty product specialty codes. And so, as you can see, what's circled on the right, I can either add that specific 8-digit code, or I can click that down arrow, and what happens is I get the different parent codes. And when I click that, it adds all of the 8-digit subheadings. So if I have an example of 123456600, that's the parent code, and there are 5 subheadings, 01, 02, 03, 04, and 05. If I hit it all, I will get all 6, the parent code and the 5 subheadings. And as we go down our service areas, you have 2 options. Highly recommend that you choose the entire state of California, and just by clicking the check or putting a check mark in the box. And if you don't want to do, for example, Alameda, you just red exit on the right-hand side. And then you hit next. Step 5 is terms and conditions. You put a check mark there, and you are accepting our terms and conditions, and you hit submit. You will get this notification that you have successfully submitted your registration, and they have sent you an email at in this case, my email. And so then I'm going to go to my email, and you'll see I've got a user ID and password. This is a temporary password. We currently have a defect. You cannot copy and paste the password into the password section of the login. You have to manually put in the password that they have given it to you. So underneath the password is the URL eProcure login. You click that, it takes you to the login page. You put in your user ID that you've established, and you put in the temporary one. Again, remember to type in the password, and then click login, and you will get this screen. It says your login has expired. We do this on purpose because this is your account. We want this to be secure for you. And so you click the login, or the continue button rather, and you put in, you type in your current password. That was that temporary one. And then you establish a new password and confirm it. And the requirements for the password are it has to be a minimum of 8 characters. It has to have 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, and 1 special. And the special is hitting the shift key and then hitting 1 to 9. You click change password, and you get congratulations, your password has been saved. You will notice also in the top right, that login button now has your user ID. And so this is how you will always know that you're logged in to Cal eProcure. If you have any questions on this procedure, you want to contact Fiscal at 1-855-421-6355, or email them at vendors, again that's vendors plural, at fiscal.ca.gov. If you have any questions on this webinar, please don't hesitate to email me at wayne.gross@dgs.ca.gov, or call me at 916-375-4339. Thank you.